Good morning students. I hope all of you are doing well. In today's video, we will do revision of chapter 2 subject and predicate, and we will also discuss all the exercises based on it. All the exercises you have to write in your fair grammar copy. Now let's begin with our revision. So all of you please take out page number 13 from your grammar book. A sentence can be divided into two parts. Structurally, we call them subject and predicate. So, every complete sentence contains two parts. They are subject and predicate. It means कोई भी एक complete sentence के दो parts होते हैं, जो कि पहला आपका subject होता है and then predicate होता है. But ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि सेंटेंस में हमेशा सब्जेक्ट पहले आए, प्रेडिकेट बाद में आए. कभी कभी कुछ सेंटेंस में ऐसा भी होता है कि आपका प्रेडिकेट पहले आता है एंड सब्जेक्ट बाद में आता है. सब्जेक्ट इट्स व्हाट और whom द सेंटेंस इज अबाउट. मीन्स सब्जेक्ट आपका बताता है किसके और क्या बारे में वो सेंटेंस है, एंड प्रेडिकेट टेल्स अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट. जो आपका प्रेडिकेट है वो सब्जेक्ट के बारे में बताता है कि सब्जेक्ट क्या कर रहा है सेंटेंस में. नाउ लेट्स सी एग्जांपल गिवन हियर. द बॉयज रन इन द पार्क. हु रन इन द पार्क? द बॉयज. सो हियर बॉयज इज अ सब्जेक्ट. रन इन द पार्क इज a predicate because it tells about the subject की जो हमारा सब्जेक्ट है वो बॉय क्या कर रहा है, वो रन कर रहा है इन द पार्क में. विच पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस नेम द पर्सन और थिंग्स? द बॉयज. सो द बॉयज इज द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस अबाउट विच वी आर टॉकिंग. इट इज सब्जेक्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस. इट मीन्स जो बॉय है, द बॉयज है, वो फर्स्ट पार्ट है सेंटेंस का, एंड हम बॉयज़ के बारे में यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं, एंड बॉयज़ हमारा यहाँ पे सब्जेक्ट है. द सेकेंड पार्ट रन इन द पार्क सेज समथिंग अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट. इट इज प्रेडिकेट ऑफ द सेंटेंस. सो हियर रन इन द पार्क ये सब्जेक्ट के बारे में बता रहा है कि सब्जेक्ट क्या कर रहा है. सो ये हमारा प्रेडिकेट हुआ. सी जो आपका सब्जेक्ट होगा वो बताएगा कि क्या और किसके बारे में वो सेंटेंस है, एंड प्रेडिकेट हमेशा आपका बताएगा कि आपका सब्जेक्ट क्या कर रहा है. द सब्जेक्ट इज यूजुअली प्लेस्ड बिफोर द प्रेडिकेट. स्टडी द एग्जांपल्स गिवन बिलो. सो समटाइम्स सब्जेक्ट हमेशा पहले आता है प्रेडिकेट के. एग्जांपल्स: दिस स्टोरी, दिस इज सब्जेक्ट, इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. प्रेडिकेट. The mangoes, subject, predicate, are sweet. Subject is Radha. Predicate is wears a beautiful dress. D. The man standing there is a subject. Is my uncle is a predicate. In some cases, for the sake of emphasis, the order of subject and predicate may be reversed. So there are few cases in which the subject and predicate will reverse. It means then the predicate will come first and then there will be subject. So in some cases, now see the normal order given here. Krish stood in the middle of the road. So here you can see Krish is your subject because you are talking about Krish. So what action he is doing? Stood in the middle of the road. So this is your predicate because it tells about the subject, what the subject is doing. Means subject आपका यहाँ पे Krish है, subject क्या कर रहा है वो आपका predicate होता है. Order change for emphasis. Now you will change the order of the sentence. Then you will get, in the middle of the road stood Krish. So here in the middle of the road is the predicate, Krish is subject. So in these two examples, the main difference is that In first example, your subject is first part and then comes your predicate, but in second example your predicate will come first and then the subject will come. So ऐसा चेंज करने के बाद भी बट जो मीनिंग होती है सेंटेंस की वो सेम होती है. ओके, मीनिंग चेंज नहीं होती है, बस आपका सब्जेक्ट आपका बाद में आता है एंड प्रेडिकेट पहले आता है. एंड कुछ केसेस में क्या होता है, सब्जेक्ट पहले आएंगे, आपके प्रेडिकेट बाद में आएंगे, बट द मीनिंग ऑफ द सेंटेंस विल बी सेम. Subject and predicate in imperative sentences. So imperative sentences are those sentences which give you command, request, suggestion, advice. Okay. In imperative sentences, the subject is not stated, it is implied. So here implied means suggested or hinted, means आपका subject directly sentence में नहीं होगा, आपको ये सजेस्टेड रहेगा, मीन्स ये हिंटेड रहेगा. जब आप कोई सेंटेंस पढ़ेंगे देन ईजिली आपको समझ में आ जाएगा ये किसके बारे में बात हो रही है एंड ये ईजिली अंडरस्टूड रहता है. स्टडी द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस. स्टैंड अप क्विकली. सो हियर यू आर गिविंग समवन कमांड दैट स्टैंड अप क्विकली. सो what this sentence actually means. So if you will rewrite this, then you will get, you must stand up quickly. If someone is saying to you that stand up quickly, so it is understood that you means it is implied. So in imperative sentences the subject is always you. You will not given in the sentence but it is implied, but it is suggested कि you ही होगा. Now if someone says sit down, so here again you is your subject. Take rest properly. So here you are giving advice to someone. You should take rest properly. So here you will come. You is your subject here. See, you is not given in your sentence. So why you are doing this? Because here in this sentence you are not able to find out subject. So in order to find out subject easily, you rewrite the sentence by adding you, so that it is easy for you to find out the subject in the sentence. In imperative sentences, the subject is always you. It is not stated but always implied. So you have to learn this point. It is very important point. In case of questions and exclamations, it is preferred that we change the sentence into assertive sentences so that it is easy to find the subject. So two cases में जब आपका sentence interrogative question हो और exclamation हो, means exclamatory sentences हो, then आपको पहले sentence को assertive sentence में बनाना है. assertive sentences वो sentences होते हैं जो कि statement के form में यूज आते हैं. So first आपको इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंसेस एंड एक्सक्लेमेटरी सेंटेंसेस को चेंज करना है असर्टिव सेंटेंसेस में. एंड क्यों चेंज करना है? बिकॉज टू फाइंड आउट योर सब्जेक्ट, बिकॉज it is hard to find out subject in these sentences. So in order to make your work easy, we make interrogative sentences and exclamatory sentences into assertive sentence so that it is easy for you to find out the subject in a sentence. Now let's see the example given here. Has she brought the books? So this is your question, because question mark is there. You are asking someone कि क्या वो मेरे book लाई है? In order to find the subject, we will rewrite this sentence as she has brought the books. So now this sentence is in a form of statement. So now it is clearly that the subject is she. So now you can easily find out the subject here in this sentence is she. Second point, wow, such a pretty face! Exclamation sentence. So you have to rewrite it, then you will get you have such a pretty face. So this is statement form. Again here the subject is you. Third, do they own this house? So this is your question. You will rewrite, then you will get they own this house. So you here your subject is they. Fourth, what a beautiful beach it is. So it is exclamation. So when you will rewrite this sentence, then you will get the beach is beautiful. So it is in a form of statement. Here the subject is the beach. Then the point given in blue box. In interrogative and exclamatory sentences, rewrite the sentence as a statement to find out the subject. So now only I have told you, in order to find out subject in sentences, interrogative sentences and exclamatory sentences, first change the sentence to assertive form so that it is easy for you to find out the subject. Now students, we have completed this chapter. If you feel any doubt regarding any topic, you can ask me in a comment section below the video. Now students, coming to the exercises which is given on page number 14. All the exercises you have to write in your grammar copy, fair grammar copy, and then you have to also write in your fair grammar book with pencil. Now let's see the first point given. Exercise first. Encircle the subject in the following sentences. So you have to find out the subject, then you have to circle it. First sentence given, Aanchal is plucking the flower. So here you are talking about Aanchal. So Aanchal is your subject. Second, Ashoka was a great king. Ashoka is your subject. Third, strange are the ways of God. So the ways of God is your subject here. Fourth, the hungry cows are grazing in the field. So here the hungry cows is your subject. Fifth, the richest man in our colony is Mr. Mahesh. So the richest man is your subject. Sixth, India is the largest democracy in the world. India here is your subject. Seventh, where does the hare live in winter? So here the hare is your subject. Eighth, how fiercely the wind blows. So here the winds is your subject. Ninth, deep in the wave is a coral grove. So here a coral grove is your subject. 10th, how did Julia learn her lesson so well? So here Julia is your subject. Now students, exercise 2, add subject to the following sentences. So here you have to add subject. First sentence, chocolate is bad for your teeth. Second, dog is a faithful animal. Third, he was singing on the stage. Fourth, we should donate blood to the poor. Fifth, the moon goes around the earth. Sixth, the boys delivered the speech in the assembly. Seventh, the books on the table are mine. Eighth, Delhi is the capital of India. Ninth, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the first president of India. 10th, February is the shortest month of the year. Now student, exercise 3, complete the sentences by putting appropriate predicates. So here subject is given, you have to put the predicates. Now let's see the first sentence given here. The Himalayas are covered with snow. Second, the sun rises in the east. Third, this message was sent to parents. Fourth, the dog is a faithful animal. Fifth, my watch is very expensive. Sixth, the soldiers are always on their duties. Seventh, a morning walk is good for health. Eighth, the tennis team won the match. Ninth, the professor taught us. 10th, everyone should love his country. Now, exercise 4. In this, you have to match the subject in column A with the predicates in column B appropriately. So here you can see in column A all the subject is given, and in column B the predicates is given. You have to match it. So now let's see the first sentence given. The tsunami waves killed thousands of people, so it will go with E. The Ganga is an Indian holy river, it will go with G. Third, the painter has painted the font colorful, so it will go with A. Typing is an important skill, it will go with J. A schedule helps student with time management, so it will go with B. Sixth, Gandhiji is called the father of the nation, it will go with H. The farmer are sowing seeds, it will go with I. My mother cooks delicious food, so it will go with C. The sweeper is sweeping the floor, so it will go with D. This novel is very interesting, so it will go with F. Now students, we have completed this chapter. Hope you all have understood. Write all the exercises in your fair grammar copy. In next class, we will do revision of lesson 3 from literature. All of you, please don't forget to write your name, class with section for your attendance. Thank you class. Be safe and stay at your home.